Hi guys, this is part 3.5 of the video series I've been doing, memory lane after the accident. Anyway, these next videos, slideshows, whatever you want to call them, they were actually done or taken back in 2017. That was the first trip that I took in my Ford Focus that I drove it a really long way. I went to Texas, Oklahoma, and then eventually I made my way over to Michigan and Ohio. But anyway, this first video, I drove I-10. My trip actually started in South Carolina, somewhere in or around Anderson, South Carolina. Little place called Starr, South Carolina. Anyway, Anderson. I'm not sure if it's in Anderson County, but anyway, that's where I actually started. And then I made my way on down to Florida, and I took a lot of pictures there and explored. I took I-10. I actually, if I remember correctly, I also went through Georgia. Of course, I would have went through Georgia. And I did a bunch of pictures there and a bunch of exploring. Anyway, I made my way down to I-10, and I took I-10 west and just kept on going until I got to and just kept driving. At some point when I was in Texas, I guess I got tired of driving, because Texas is a really, really long state. From the start of the state to El Paso, it's about 800 or about 900 miles. So it's a really, really long drive, and I think I decided, because I initially had planned maybe going to California, but then I just decided against it, because being a Ford Focus, it was a really, really small car, and it wasn't, the fact that I made it all the way to Texas is just honestly kind of a miracle. But I took it slow, and I didn't try to push myself. Anyway, so at some point in Texas, and I think I was around Tyler, Texas, but I can't be sure. I keep wanting to think it was Tyler, around Tyler, or I saw a sign for Tyler. Anyway, I got off an exit and took Texas Highway 16. Anyway, Texas State Highway 16. And I drove that, I don't know, I drove that a long way, encountered quite a few things. As you can see in the first video, I encountered a place called Magnolia Pearl. It's some kind of a, I guess, excuse me, it was some kind of a historic place, I suppose, because there was a bunch of old cars outside, and then the inside, and then later on, there was a lot of graveyards and cemeteries along the way in through Texas. Sadly to say, there weren't that many bathrooms, and there was a long drive, and back then I drank a lot of more caffeine than I needed, and I had to make a few pit stops. No, I didn't do my business. I didn't urinate on anyone's graves or do any of that, but I did urinate behind some of the trees in the graveyards, primarily because it was a great place. It was peaceful. There was no one there, and I had to make a lot of stops, and there just weren't any places to go to the bathroom. And sometimes I would drive, and and I'm not one to try the whole bottle trick. I've heard some women say that they can do the bottle trick, but I can't. I tried it once and ended up urinating all over peeing all over the front seat of my car. One time I think I did it in the back, peed on the floorboard. No, I'm not going to do that. So, I'd rather just get out, and go to, just get behind a tree or something, or find some bushes. That's my thing. Anyway, so this first video is actually, there's a few, and there's a lot of old cars. I also encountered a lot of old cars, a lot of old trucks, stuff of that nature. Anyway, this first video is just pictures of Texas State Highway 16. Anyway, and it's in black and white. Hi, this next video slideshow is of Magnolia Pearl, which I haven't looked it up, so I do believe it's some sort of historic area. Anyway, the first short slideshow is of the outside of Magnolia Pearl. Hi, this next video slideshow is of the inside of Magnolia Pearl. Very interesting place. Just a very interesting. Hi, this next video is of old trucks. Maybe some old, there might be some old cars in there too. I believe there is. I remember this day, not well, but I do remember this day. I was driving down, of course, Texas Highway 16, and I first saw this old truck on the side of the road, and I decided to pull over and take some pictures of it. It was a rainy day, I remember that, and it was kind of foggy. So I remember wanting to come back, you know, thinking, oh, I would rather have this picture in the sunlight, and it would have been better. And I remember thinking, you know what, I think I'll come back, but I didn't come back. I knew I wouldn't, so I knew I probably wouldn't, so I just took as many photos as I could. Anyway, this is the next video of old cars and old trucks. Hi guys, these next videos are old cars, old trucks. The first one is of an old car that, or old cars rather, taken in Texas. The second one is of a blue truck, and I actually had to look that one up. I was thinking I took it in Oklahoma, so I wasn't sure, so I looked it up, and sure enough, Sorrell's Nut House is in Comanche, Oklahoma. Anyway, so that was after I'd already left Texas, and I was then traveling through Oklahoma, and I traveled quite a few places in Oklahoma, and I'll talk about that a little more in a second. But anyway, this was, first one was Texas, second one was Oklahoma. Hi, this next video is of an old truck that was taken in a town. I'm not really sure where. I know the blue truck was taken in Comanche, Oklahoma, so it may have been near Comanche, Oklahoma. Honestly, I don't remember now where it was at. I know it was in Oklahoma. I remember it was a kind of a, not a really long drive, but I remember just, you know, taking kind of a not a excessively long drive, but it was kind of a little bit of a drive. Anyway, old truck. Not sure which town, Oklahoma. Hi, this next little video slideshow is of an old truck near a wine that was taken at a winery. Hi, this slideshow video was also taken of an old truck taken at a winery. Hi, these last two video slideshows were taken in Texas at graveyards. One of the things I noticed about Texas was there were many, as I said earlier, many graveyards, cemeteries. They all kind of look the same, but one thing that I did find were lots of beautiful statues, and that was one of the things that I did. I found a lot of statues at a lot of the graveyards. I also found a lot of statues at a lot of other places, which aren't in this video, because some of them were taken at other places and at cemeteries in places like South Carolina, Georgia. I know Georgia and South Carolina have many beautiful cemeteries and graveyards. There were also some that were taken at a graveyard in Alabama, which I have not gotten to yet. Those aren't in this video. Anyway, these were just graveyards or statues taken at graveyards going up Texas Highway 16. Also, in the very first video that of this video, the very first slideshows I did, I actually included two. One was the Texas State Highway 16 sign, which I turned into a black and white photo. I may still have the color photos, I'm not sure. But anyway, they were in black and white. I turned them to black and white. And I also did an old house. I think that old house-looking building was near a railroad, near railroad tracks, if I remember correctly. Anyway, this concludes this video, part 3.5 of Memory Lane. And this was in my Ford Focus. And that's kind of, I don't want to call this a tribute to that car, but I had the car for a really long time. I owned it for 14 years. I drove it 163,000 miles, and I drove it many places. It's still, you know, it's not been that long since the accident, and it is totaled. There's no doubt. Partly due to its age. I bought it brand new, so partly due to its age, but also it's just in such just terrible shape. I'm not sure that I'd want the car back, even if the insurance company was willing to fix it. I'm not sure that I would be willing, I would want to ever drive it again, because it was just wrecked up so badly. But I am in another car now, obviously, and but anyway, I'm just, it's still, you know, it's still kind of an emotional thing. After my first 3-car accident, and that car was also, it was new, I'd only had it for 6 weeks. That was an emotional time too, but I'd only had it for 6 weeks. And then I had another car, a Ford Taurus I drove for 4 years, and that was also emotional, because I had traveled so much and went so many places in that car. But the Ford Focus, it literally lived its life on the road. And anyway, it lived its life on the road, and it died on the road. So I guess that's, I don't know. But at 163,000, I really felt like I had, you know, I should have had, you know, I could have gotten, definitely, I mean, the car was still running good. I could have definitely got a lot more miles out of it, I believe. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. It's over and done with. But anyway, this concludes this video. I just kind of want to go over some of the places I visited. And Texas was that was, for me, doing it in such a small car and not, you know, and it didn't drive particularly, you know, it was not that uncomfortable either. So that's part of the reason I wanted to do this. Anyway, it's getting hot, and I know I did another video, and I said, oh, okay, I'm going to get out of the car and go in the truck stop after the last video. But then I decided I wanted to do this next video, pull some of them together, because I need to get some of the videos and some of the old videos and some of the old stuff off my phone, because, you know, even with 256 gigabytes of space, I still start running out. So anyway, this is going to be the last video, at least for right now, part 3.5. And I'm going to head on into the truck stop and start my day, because it's currently April, I think, 11th, 2021, and I am headed into the truck stop, and then I'm going to head to Liberty Hill, South Carolina, which in that video is probably already, I'm not sure. I keep saying it's going to be later, it's going to be past, it's probably already passed. Anyways, but I just decided to pull these videos together now. Anyway, I'm heading into the truck stop. It is really hot, really hot. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you like my videos, subscribe, and have a good day, good night, and God bless, and peace. And just to let you guys know, a lot of the pictures I took, I didn't take them in black and white, but some of the videos that I did, or slideshows I did turn them to black and white. Anyway, I have since learned how to turn actual video into black and white as well. I'm not sure that I would like it, but anyways, so just wanted to add that. Anyway, again, I'm at a truck stop. I'm headed to Liberty Hill, South Carolina. I still got to go into the truck stop and start my day. And anyway, so that concludes this video. I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like, subscribe, and have a good day, good night. God bless. Peace.